Hey everybody, I'm going to be starting on the wing for my AXON on steroids. I'm probably not going to get a whole lot of it done because I don't have any of the wiring for it yet, for the the servos, or run the wires through the wing. But what I am going to try to do, I'm going to try to get a section of the wing done, that way I can show you guys what it is that I'm thinking for that. So here we go. So pretty much what we're looking at here, I mean, you guys have to forgive my my art skills. I mean, I know it's taller here and a little shorter down here, but I was never very good at drawing, and this here demonstrates that. So please excuse my drawing. Pretty much what this here is going to represent is this here is what my wing would look like if the entire thing is unfolded. Because from one line to another, this gap here, this gap here, this gap here, and so on and so forth, that gap right there is going to represent the 20-inch edge of the piece of foam board. Piece of foam board is 20 by 30. So this edge here will represent the 20-inch edge of the foam board. And then this line here, from there to there, that's going to represent the 30-inch line. So you can see how I'm going to be doing my airfoil with my foam board. Because to make the way Ed with Experimental Airlines has demonstrated making wings, like on his AXON, his noob tube, all those other planes, he's done it the other way around. Take two of these pieces of 20 by 30, and he uses them the long way, where two of them would then become 60 inches. So I'm going to turn them the other way. That way I can get a longer cord, or more of a wing cord. Let me see. Pretty much what I plan on doing today is just a shorter section of the wing, because I've got it, the way I've got it in my head. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here represents, that's the center of the wing. We're going to have six pieces of foam board on this side, 6 pieces of foam board on that side, for a total of 12 pieces, and that making my 240 inches total. And the way I'm going to split this up, because to make it portable or transportable, I've got to be able to get it in my trucks. I've got a 99 Jimmy and a 2005 Chevy Trailblazer. So all my planes, they've got to fit in the back, so I've got to be able to break them down. So what I was thinking I would do is, from this edge to here, that's 1, 2, 3 pieces. That would be one section of wing. Then I figured that, okay, so this here, 1, 2, 3. So from there to there, that's going to be one solid piece. This is going to be a solid piece. It's just the center line, no big deal there. Because I plan on running a control tower up the middle of the plane, or a support tower to run tether lines down to the wing to help support the weight. Okay, that support tower is going to go here in the center of the wing, obviously. So I'm going to break this right here and right here. So I'll have one section of wing that's actually 3 pieces of foam board, and then this is 2 pieces of foam board, 2 pieces of foam board, 2 pieces of foam board, and again 3 pieces of foam board there. So what I'm going to work on today, I'm going to work on this this outer 3-piece section of my wing. Something else I was thinking about doing was, how to join the 2 longer sections, like a 2 two 30-inch sections. You know, we use duct tape as a hinge between the two there. Okay, I think I'm going to do the same thing right here and right here, so that the my three-piece section will be joined to this two-piece section. This three-piece section will be joined to this two-piece section, and then the center two-piece section with the support tower will be set aside, or be transported along. So, all right, what I wanted to do here real quick. Oops, wrong way. We're going to zoom this in. Okay, sorry, camera's going to shake a little bit. There we go. Bring that back out. Okay, something you'll see here. Okay, the upper part that you see up here, that's actually the part of the wing that's going to get folded over. That's the top of the airfoil. So I just put that on there so you can see what it is that I'm looking at. This thicker line right here, that will actually become the leading edge of the wing, and then this edge here is the trailing edge, and then this edge right here will give me the trailing edge plus the control surface, the ailerons. So, all right. We take all that away. The part of the wing that we're looking at now, like I said, this here is the leading edge. You'll see I've got a black line here, a red line here, and a black line here. Okay, this first black line, that black line represents a piece of, here it is here. This is 3/8, I don't know if it's outside diameter. Hang on a second. Okay. What I've got here is a piece of 3/8 PVC. It's actually about 5/16 on the inside and about 1/2 inch on the outside. That was why I was using a 1/2 inch drill bit to drill my holes in my ribs. The two black lines here are going to represent this 3/8 inch PVC that I'm going to run my I don't even know what I'm going to call them, but it's going to be the fiberglass rod that I run through this 3/8 inch PVC just to hold the wing together. And the more and more I go on in this, you'll see what I mean, what I'm doing with that. The red line here is going to actually represent. I've got a piece of 1/2 inch PVC. It's 1/2 inch on the inside. It's about 5/8 on the outside, and I'm going to run a 1/2 inch dowel rod down through the middle of it. I'd like to run a bigger one, but the next biggest one they've got is 5/8, and that's actually too big. If I could find a 9/16, that'd be about perfect. So the black line here and the black line down here, those two black lines represent the 3/8 inch PVC. The red line is going to represent the 1/2 inch PVC with the wooden dowel rod. And I'm going to run those through the ribs, and I'm getting ready to show you that right now. So just one second. So here what we have three pieces of the Dollar Tree foam board. I've got them wrapped in the clear tape already on the one side, and something else I did just to help keep them together. I took a couple of pieces of clear packing tape and I put them here along the joints just to hold the butt edges together. I put them up against my piece of aluminum. I've got a piece of 3/4 by 3/4 angle aluminum. I put the edges up against that so that these edges were square. So hopefully these here are square. I don't know if you guys have actually noticed, but these sheets of foam board aren't square. So I'm just trying to do the best I can. So yeah, I've got the one side covered with packing tape already. I've got a couple pieces of packing tape on the joints to hold them together. We'll get this flipped over here. That's actually quite a chore. There we go, 'cause I don't want to put a ding in it. Here we've got, this will be the inside of the wing. And these black lines here represent where my ribs are going to be going. Grab one of these here. You guys remember my ribs that I made up? I have 84 of these buggers. The reason why I decided I needed 84 of them is simply because where starting on the one edge, I'm going to actually put 2 ribs right here. On this edge, you know, we're talking just on the one sheet of foam board. On this edge and this edge, I'm going to put 2 ribs, and then there'll be 3 of them in the middle. There'll be 5 inches apart from each other. You know, 20 inches, so I have 2 of them here. Is 5, 10, 15, and 2 on that edge there. And I'm going to do the same thing on each. Sorry, I'm going to do the same thing on each of these pieces of foam board. We're going to get these ribs on here like that, and then we're going to be able to make that fold over. Now, when I made these ribs, I measured them out to 13 inches. That's from the round edge here to the tail edge here. That's 13 inches. I've got from the trailing edge of the wing up to where I'm going to make my fold. That is actually 13¼ inches. I did that because when I got looking at my sample piece that I made up, which I'm actually really happy with the way that came out, before I folded that over, I got looking at this, and I wanted to make sure that there was enough you know, foam here in the front of the rib to carry over, you know, a decent arc without kinking up too much right here. So I just gave it another 1/4 inch until I actually make my bend. So from the trailing edge to where I'm going to make my bend, it's 13¼ inches. You can see I've got, I don't know if you can actually see it on the camera, but here on the upper part of the wing, this will be the top and the inside of the airfoil. I've got the paper pulled off of all 3 pieces. So as far as this here, this is ready to be bent over. First things first, we got to get the ribs in there. So what we've got here, actually, you know, it was kind of a hiccup on my part. We can't put the ribs on yet. What I actually need to do is I need to get the wing, you know, kind of pre-bent, so that it, you know, already has that fold in it to make that leading edge right here. I was just kind of thinking it'd be awfully hard to do that with the ribs in place. I'm glad I thought of it now instead of later. That would have been kind of upsetting. So what I've got is I've got my foam board break that I made. I did post a video on that shortly after I made this. I believe just a couple months ago. So if you haven't seen my foam board break video, be sure to check that out. I actually had a couple of people comment on it. They said they were gonna make one. I think that's kind of cool. So it's basically the same thing as what you see on like those workshop shows, or you know, those home improvement shows when they're bending the sheet metal for your house and stuff. It's basically the same thing. It's just I made one for foam board. What I've got here, this is a piece of 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch steel angle iron, just something I had laying around, and you know, fortunately enough, I've kept it to where, you know, it's still long enough to use for this. But where my fold is for my leading edge, I've actually got that like right on my hinge for on my foam board break. And then I've got my piece of steel angle iron sitting on here with the corner up so that it sits down on the foam like this, and that edge right there is there along that leading edge. So we're gonna try to bend this over where it looks kind of nice. Oh, I did forget to mention where the leading edge is right here. I did kind of like pre-crease that. What I used to do that, I used, you know, just a regular Sharpie marker. I like to use the gray end. Ooh, nice catch. I like to use the gray end of the Sharpie marker, just pushing down, you know, giving good solid pressure as I'm coming down. It puts kind of a crease there in that foam board. I forget who it was that posted a video. They were doing something, and I believe, you know, on how to make a wing or whatever, and they pressed down on that. So whoever that was, I forget. I'm sorry. Whoever that was, thank you. I keep using that idea because it works. It just kind of tells the foam board where to be bent at. That way it doesn't argue with you. So, all right, we're gonna try to bend this over now. And I'm putting good pressure on the steel angle iron to hold it in place, and I'm just kind of holding it, and it just kind of holds that bend in there. All right, take this out of the way. That out of the way. Then I should be able to should be able to fold that right over. Now, because of these pieces of tape that I put on here before to hold the foam board together, this right here is why I did that. Because now I can just kind of push. Oh, I think that's gorgeous. Now, see right there, I've got the leading edge of the plane right there, or the leading edge of the wing right there. Oh, that worked out real well. There we go. See, I've got my fold right there for my leading edge. Outstanding. Okay, well, we'll get this thing turned around and we'll start putting the ribs in it.